gamer show. Beep boop bop beep bop beep bop bop. Filler music. Beep bop beep up boop 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 boop. Opinions. Hot takes. Video games.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Gamer Show. I am your esteemed host, Harrison Putnam, and we got a bunch of stuff to talk about today. If this is the first time viewing the show, basically what it is the dream of this show is to be like a morning show where I live stream. We can do, and I'm not sure if I want to do completely morning. I may do like a night. I might do like a Wednesday night live stream or something. But the goal is I want to have like kind of like a radio morning show where you take calls, you have call-ins and stuff like that. We talk about the weekly gaming news. We talk about what I have been playing, if I dabbled into any new games this week. And then we kind of just shoot the shit. We talk about maybe some random topics here or there. It's just a very very low key kind of type of gamer show. Again, hello. If you're watching this in the morning, because I do upload this about, I think it's 7 o'clock every morning on Fridays. You got your coffee, your orange juice, your energy drink, your soda. I've got my my mixed drink of choice, a little Coke Zero and Bacardi Mango. It's delicious. So yeah, let's get the show started. So we got a bunch of stuff today. Annapurna had their showcase. I didn't know if this was previously announced or not, but they have had their showcase today. I think it's about 45 minutes of stuff. So I'm gonna pull it up and we're gonna watch it together. I'm probably just gonna kind of zoom through it to see if there's anything like something worth actually checking out. And then I'll go back later and watch it myself just to check it out. But yeah, and a bunch of news this week. Mario Kart 8 booster dropped, or is coming out next week. But yeah, let's go ahead and start off. Let's see. And this is the first time I'm live streaming it too, so not quite used to that, but we'll get through it. And then of course I think I'm gonna slightly edit it and throw it up on YouTube tomorrow. Again, it's usually a very light edit show. Again, I just try to keep it pretty chill. So yeah, let's get started here. So I have been playing some Control. I know this game came out in, I believe, 2019, I think. Or maybe it was before that. Maybe it was 2018. It might have been 2019. Either way, came out. Obviously published or made by Remedy, published by 505 Games, and I kind of skipped it. I don't know exactly why, and then I was curious about picking up the Ultimate Edition, and 505 and Remedy I felt like screwed over the existing customer that played Control, because if I remember correctly, you couldn't get like the enhanced Series X and PS5 versions of the game. You had to purchase the Ultimate Edition, which included the DLC. So I don't think there was even an option to pay for or even get the upgraded version for Control. And so far I'm playing it on Series X and it runs pretty smooth. I've had some couple of issues with my map like works maybe 25% of the time. I don't know if anybody else has that's happened to, but I'll see like the pinpoints and where to go. I'll see the name of the areas, but I just don't see the physical map itself. It kind of just blacks out, and it's really weird. And then I had a glitch happen last night where I was playing, and there was like a little elevator, and I kind of, once the elevator got halfway up, I flew up to the top. And I guess maybe that was too quickly and it didn't have time to load, and when I got into the room, the entire game pretty much turned black except for a couple of lamps that were in the game. So that was fun, but Yeah, it's really good so far. I like the combat a lot. The movement feels really good. It's spooky-ish, not quite as spooky as I thought it was gonna be. Um, but it's a very weird, strange game, which I'm all for, like weird like 70s sci-fi. So that's pretty cool. Stranger Things season 4 just came out, so it's got kind of that vibe of government being kind of sneaky and weird, and that's exactly how this is. So, really cool so far. I am definitely digging that. Let me move this over so I can see this. Okay, cool. Awesome. All right, cool. And again, I'm going to be clicking around and adjusting things in the background as I'm doing the show. So, again, very low key situation. But yeah, let's take a little sippy sip. And then I forgot about this game. Multiverse just dropped. I believe it is kind of their season 0 of the game. Obviously every multiplayer game now has to have some sort of season to keep people in. And this is no different. So if you haven't heard of Multiverse, it's the Warner Brothers Smash clone. It's a little bit more sophisticated than the Nickelodeon All-Star game. I think it's All-Star game that came out. I have that game. It's a lot better with the voice acting, and it gives it a little bit more character, but it still feels not quite as polished as obviously Smash Brothers. But Multiverse is really really cool. They got some characters in there that they got anywhere from Wonder Woman to Superman to freaking Ultra Instinct Shaggy, which is awesome and dumb that they took that meme and put it in the game. So kudos for that developer. I can't remember who's making the game. And then they announced LeBron James is in the game too. From oh my gosh, the Toons movie. Anyways, you know what I'm talking about. It's LeBron James. Like he's got a basketball. He has he can throw the ball and kind of spam it. It's really cool. The controls feel pretty smooth. It seems like it can be pretty sophisticated. I think it's cool that there's kind of a co-op sense too. I haven't checked it out yet, but there's a co-op sense where I think it's 2v2, and it really kind of you're supposed to kind of bounce off of each other and kind of do the attacks in rhythm and in sync, and they work well off of each other. So in each class, like there's some characters like a brawler, like a vertical brawler or a horizontal brawler. So if you haven't checked it out, it's completely free to download. I think it's on everything. So far the network is really good. I haven't had any sort of lag in the game or anything like that. I am running a fiber Wi-Fi connection, so take that as you will. If you have a little bit worse connection, maybe it runs worse. I have no idea. But it's really solid so far. I am really enjoying it. I'm definitely going to keep up with it and play some more and see how it goes. Because I think the first season 0, I think it literally lasts like a week or so. I think it ends like maybe like August 5th or something, which is next Friday. So that's pretty cool, to get that kind of that fresh. And then they're gonna cycle characters in and out, so you kind of get to experience them without having to purchase it. I don't know. I didn't look and see how expensive they were. I saw like the individual, because I think there's 2 currencies. I didn't see what this currency costs to get them in the game and then use them to spend on characters. So of course there's a bunch of different skins and stuff like that. So yeah, it's really cool. I am thoroughly enjoying it so far. I played maybe 4 or 5 matches. I did win all of them. I don't know if it's one of those things where you're playing a bot, because if you play like Fortnite or PUBG, you play mostly bots, so it gives you that feeling of being really good, and that kind of gets you into the game, and then you go from there. So yeah, it's really cool so far. I'm gonna definitely play some more of it. Nintendo dropped. I don't know why I have a pin, but that feels professional, right? You have a pin. But Nintendo dropped a couple trailers for characters from Xenoblade. I couldn't tell you who they are. We're not gonna sit here and watch them because it doesn't really matter all that much. But yeah, my experience with Xenoblade is a few hours. I picked up Xenoblade 1 Definitive Edition a couple months ago. Played for 4 or 5 hours, 6 hours, and kind of dropped off. I'm gonna blame it not necessarily on the game itself, but you know that post. I keep saying it, but that post Elden Ring like depression, right? I think maybe this or the only other game I could see Elden Ring beating or getting Game of the Year for me personally is maybe God of War. I think if I can't snag a PS5, I may just pick it up on PS4, and if I eventually get a PS5, I'll pay the $10 to upgrade it, which is fine. But yeah, obviously I put a ton of time into Elden Ring and haven't played too many games since, and I know that's bad as someone who hosts a podcast. Like, obviously you want to play new games, so I'm trying to get better about that, and we've got a bunch of new games coming out starting tomorrow with Xenoblade. So I'm feeling the hype. I'm feeling the reviews. I think it's sitting at, let's see, let me go to Metacritic real quick and just check it out. Last I checked, it was sitting. Dog wanted to walk in. Let's go check out Metacritic. Last time I checked, it was sitting at an 89, which it's still at. So that is pretty damn good. What are the other Xenoblades at? Xenoblade in general. So Xenoblade 3, 89. Xenoblade 2, 83. The original Xenoblade for the Wii got a 92. And then Chronicles X got an 84. Do they have a Switch version of? I guess they don't have the definitive version, but I would imagine it's got to be on par, right? I mean, if the original got a 92, it doesn't say on Metacritic. So yeah, the second best reviewing. And it's obviously different times when Xenoblade 1 got reviewed back on the Wii, but pretty good that Xenoblade has reviewed so well. So I'm excited to play it. I don't think I'm gonna pick it up tomorrow. I am going to a GalaxyCon on Saturday, which is kind of like it seems like a mini version of Comic-Con. I have never been to one before, so I'm excited to go. I hopefully get to meet Christopher Sabat, the voice actor for Vegeta. I'm gonna bring my Dragon Ball FighterZ game to get signed. Hopefully I can, at least, if he's not crazy busy. So I'm excited for that. So I don't know. My brother says he's gonna to get it. The co-host of my podcast. I'm sure his words will convince me to pick it up. But we'll see. But I'm excited for it. I'm excited to finally be here and people can finally experience it, because I know a lot of people are super stoked. So let's as I take another sip of my drinky drink, let's go over to the Annapurna showcase and kind of dive into that real quick. Let's see. Give me 1 second. Window capture. Awesome. If you guys are listening, let me know if that's too loud. Looks good. They don't have chat markers, okay. So yeah, we're kind of gonna just get my immediate reaction for this. Annapurna publishes a lot of good stuff. That one, not so much.
Switch and launching into Game Pass.
See what
Experience the game for yourself with a Thirsty Suitors Steam demo. Out now.
It's hard not to think about how time has changed the memory of you, how it will continue to change, to shift, until I'm left with a version I've created in my head. I'm packing things up, clearing out your stuff, sorting through memories that twist and turn, depending on the way you look at them. It's hard not to drift into the past. To remember everything all at once. Back when you were still here.
August 4th. Okay, so that's Thursday. Skip ahead a little bit. Bounty Star, the Rose Tail of Great.
I thought I was done with this life. But I suppose that's not my privilege to possess. Some skill sets are a curse. Maybe someday I'll find the peace in that. Sadly, today is not that day. I hope tomorrow is different.
A Link to the Past was the reason I got into making video games.
We'll have new info for you as soon as possible. With that said, we also have some good news.
This is the Outer Worlds. This is one I'm gonna sort it out a little bit. September 15th. Upgrade for free. Sweet. I will definitely do so and definitely play that. That means Pass.
every move intensifies my pain. Your blind ambition, all your good intentions. Everything you touch turns to ash!
Very short trailers. Oh, okay. Cool. Very cool. So their developer. Flock. Gather your friends is on everything, and it's on Game Pass. Cool. Did it say when?
Audio.
I don't remember that name at all. I remember the gameplay. The game itself.
Making games is a process. You try and guide it, but you're trying to guide like a gushing river. Often.
Alright, let's skip ahead again. The Lost Wild. Oh, this is that. Okay, this is the dinosaur game. This is the one I was interested in when I saw it earlier. Not the trailer, but the title reveal. kind of a bummer.
Thank you so much for tuning in to our second annual Annapurna Interactive Showcase. We hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you all again next summer.
Cool. So cool. We got some pretty cool looking stuff. All right, yeah, we'll pull everything back up. All right, let's dive into the news, shall we? All right, so as I mentioned earlier, Mario Kart 8 finally got its release date for the second wave of the booster pack DLC, whatever you want to call it. There is a brand new track on there. I think there's 8 total. One brand new track. You know, the trailer of it looked really cool. You know, I fell off Mario Kart pretty hard. A couple months after that release, I play it here and there, with my son, but not too much. So I haven't checked out this course. So I know it's supposed to go until the end of 2023. So there's a lot of Mario Kart left. Pretty cool. We're doing new tracks and not just remakes of the old stuff. So that's pretty cool. I believe that's coming out August 5th. So next Friday, people can get their hands on that. Part of the PlayStation, Jesus, the Nintendo expansion pack. So if you have that, yeah, that's pretty cool. It's on there. Let's see here. Backbone, and I'll pull it up on the screen. Let me get it out here. And this is kind of weird. Let me get it pulled up. There it is. There we go. All right. So Backbone is releasing a PlayStation branded Backbone device. Obviously, they have they already have the Xbox One. Includes Game Pass. It's apparently supposed to be a pretty good mobile grip for your phone. Turns it into pretty much a controller. So they've done that for the PlayStation. Now PlayStation doesn't have like an option to play Game Pass like on the phone itself. It's just going to be used as a controller. So it's a little weird that they would announce have this come out. I mean, I get it. It looks nice. It matches the PlayStation 5 controller, but it still has like the offset joysticks. So that's kind of weird. If they're going for that PlayStation vibe, I wish they would have done that. So it's a little weird. Like it's cool that it's there. It's cool that there's that option, that color variant for the Backbone, and having it PlayStation branded. But again, it doesn't feel not necessarily right. It just feels out of place, especially with the offset joysticks. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. So it is what it is, But yeah, it's still a little weird. But I'm sure people will pick it up. I've heard pretty good things about the other Backbone. I thought about picking it up last year when it was on sale for a while, but then I thought, you know what, there's not really many times where I'm playing, mobile games, especially like on my phone. Well, obviously on my phone, but especially Xbox games. Like I'm always at the house, and if I'm going to go on like a trip or vacation, like I'll probably just take my Switch. Like that's fine, to take that instead. All right. The next story here, and this one's weird. Again, we got another weird story. Let me go ahead and get this pulled back up. So the MetaQuest 2 is getting a $100 price increase on both ends of the spectrum. You've got the 128 model going to 400. It was 3. And then the 256 model going all the way up to 5. So, this will start on August 1st. So, in a few days. It's weird. I'm seeing that the Beat Saber will be included if you buy it. So I guess to justify that extra price increase, it's weird. I don't know if I believe this inflation thing. You think in order to get this thing into more hands, you would maybe just bundle Beat Saber and call it a day, but I don't think that's the way to. I don't think anybody that hears about this, obviously the MetaQuest is a pretty cool device. I mean, we have one. It's over here in the background on the charger, but yeah, I don't know that raising the price of this thing is the option right now. Again, they claim. I don't know. There was a black person. That's cool. They actually, that may not be the quest. That may be the I don't know, the more expensive one than that. But yeah, raising the price on this thing, I don't feel like it's a great idea. Obviously, how often does something like this happen where a tech company increases the price of the same product? Now I can understand if it's the 3 and it costs $100 more, totally understandable. Consoles do that all the time, but for them just to increase the price, that's strange. Again, they blame it on the rise of production, inflation, blah blah blah. But I don't know. I think this is a little crummy, little. I've been using the word cash grabby lately with the Last of Us remake, but yeah, this feels a little kind of gross to me that they're doing that. But it is what it is. I've already got one, so it's not a huge deal to me in particular, but it is still odd that they're doing that. So let's see here. All right, let me go ahead and exit out of that. All right, moving on. It was shown that Xenoblade is not the end of the series. It's the end of the trilogy, but they are going to continue to make Xenoblades after this. I think Xenoblade 3 is going to sell very well. It's probably going to be the best selling Xenoblade in the franchise, just based off the marketing. I think has been great for this. The its direct it had, I think, sold a lot of people that weren't into Xenoblade. I think it showed off really well, even as that battle system looks pretty complicated, which is fine. People expect that from a Xenoblade game. So I think this will probably be a million plus seller at least. Games on the Switch just sell better. That's kind of it. That's kind of the Switch's niche, right? It doesn't matter what it is. Games just sell better on the Switch. Kirby is the best selling Kirby game. I don't know if it's the best selling of all time, but it's the fastest selling Kirby game or something like that. It may be the best at this point, which is cool. So games just sell on Switch. I think Xenoblade is going to do very well for itself. So I could imagine that this will not be the last one. So that's good to hear, because it's a beloved franchise. I'm sure they'll finally bring X to the Switch, just so they can have everything on the Switch going forward. So that would be pretty cool. Let's see. Next up, we have GTA 6, as reported by Bloomberg, is stated to have a female protagonist. Now, it doesn't state that it'll be the only protagonist. GTA 5 had 3. So there may be... They claimed it was some sort of the story was influenced by Bonnie and Clyde. So maybe it'll be a male and female protagonist. And it seems like the focus is bank robbers. So, GTA 5's big thing was the heist. So that... I don't know if I'm necessarily... I played a lot of... I finished GTA 5. Didn't really touch much of the multiplayer, which is obviously the big thing, GTA Online. That's probably why we have not gotten a GTA 6 yet. It's because GTA Online has done so well. So I think it's cool that they'll have, a female lead star in the game, or maybe one of two, because there has not been a female playable character in this series up to this point. Probably outside of mods, and I'm sure GTA Online you can play your own female. I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty positive you can. So that's cool that we have an actual character. So and I think Rockstar does their characters pretty well. I've liked I think I like GTA 4 better than 5. But you know, I'm very curious to what GTA 6 is going to be. You know, especially if they were mentioning the bank heist stuff, like that was a big part of GTA 5. But you know, we'll see. I have confidence that they can do it, but also, what does GTA 6 look like at this point? You know, I don't know if I necessarily want like multiple characters I play as. I think I maybe just want one. I think looking back, like 3 to me was a little bit too much, but you know, they all had different personalities, and their missions were different. So I mean, that's good. So, and then the last, the second last story I have is Nintendo Switch Sports today got its yesterday got its summer update trailer, where you can, you know, use the leg strap accessory to play soccer, to do matches. So that is cool. Has anybody else like completely fallen off of Switch Sports? I thought I would have liked it a lot more than I did. You know, obviously Wii Sports was huge, but maybe that style of game was just at a time in history, you know, the right time and the right place for that game. You know, I played a little bit with my son. Maybe I should break it out for like a family night and see how we like it. But you know, I like the soccer online. That was a lot of fun, but that's really the only one I tried online. So maybe I'll pick it back up. I know there's golf coming out here in the next couple of months, but I really think it should have launched with golf. Because yeah, it's I don't know. I think Nintendo has a problem with sports games. You know, I think Mario Strikers, the gameplay's solid. There's just not enough content there, and yeah, they just, I don't know what it is about them charging $60 for these sports games. And obviously this one was $40 without if you already had the leg strap. But yeah, I think that even that was overpriced. I feel like this could have been 20 to 30. You know, and then, you know, all their sports games could be $40, like a budget, kind of a budget price. But Nintendo's not going to do that. It's Mario. They're not going to do that with the sports stuff. You know, and people buy it. They're all the best sellers, right? So you know, it is what it is. And then, guys, our last story of the evening is, pull it up here. Let me exit that out. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, the remake that got announced back in 2021 at the PlayStation Showcase. It's supposed to be I believe a PC and PlayStation exclusive, so no Xbox version, but it's a complete and proper remake, built from the ground up. I know a lot of people were excited. As someone who's recently got into Star Wars, I'm excited because I've never played Knights of the Old Republic. I did actually pick it up on sale on Switch, but played, you know, maybe 30 minutes of it. It's a little rough, to be honest. It's, you know, it's an old game, but so I'm excited for this, but it got delayed indefinitely. So you know, they fired a few people. Let me get the story pulled up here, and I'll take a look exactly what. So there were, you know, definitely what appears to be disappointment over the current progress of the RPG. Asper fired the remake's art director Brad Prince and design director Jason Miner. The latter reportedly said on social media channels that dismissal was unexpected. So that's never good when you're the lead and you get let go. You know, they maybe, you know, who knows what actually happens within these companies, but for you know, to get fired without having, you know, evidence or you know, with having like an idea, maybe, hey, maybe I'm gonna get fired soon because of the shape of this project. So that's never good. But you know, I didn't expect to see this game until at least 2024 anyways. So maybe they push it out a year, 2025. You know, who knows? With so much stuff has gotten delayed this year that it's crazy. And I think this was the year that everyone thought that things would get delayed. You know, obviously the COVID happened in 2020. Everything that was scheduled to come out 2020 was going to come out. and a lot of stuff that was probably going to come out in 2021, like, you know, Elden Ring, or not Elden Ring, that was this year, jeez. But a lot of stuff that was scheduled to come in 2021 came out. Some stuff got delayed, but 2022 was the biggest year because, you know, we're 2 years past COVID. People took a while to adjust, still adjusting. You know, obviously, it's hard to, you know, make games, but, you know, make games where you don't have that creative minds around you when you're at home. You know, that can make a difference for jobs like that. Job I have, I don't need anybody to tell me anything. I just do what it is, and that's it. I work better at home, actually, because I feel like it's actually less distracting than at work. But that's me. People are different. People love being in the office with people and, you know, vibing off of that. But I'm just not one of those people. I prefer to just work alone at my home and to come through my own home. So yeah, I mean, obviously, indefinitely, we have no idea. Probably a good thing they didn't, you know, I don't think there was, you know, an idea of when that game was supposed to come out. I don't think they said a specific date or year. So they could have just said it's been delayed and not even said indefinitely, just because we already know it's going to be a long time before it comes out. So, but yeah, guys, I think that's probably going to wrap up the show this week. We've been going for a little bit here, about 45 minutes, about on par with the other 2 episodes. I'm definitely gonna upload it to YouTube to get that going. If you guys can, you know, leave a like, comment on the stuff I talked about today, that would be much appreciated. And leave some genuine feedback. Like, do you like this style of show where I just kind of talk about news and kind of really anything I want? You know, I'm thinking about maybe talking about, you know, a game that I would like to see come back in the future. Like a game that I think not necessarily needs a reboot, but maybe a sequel or a franchise that I want to come back. I may start that at next week's show. So I'll think about that this week, get a couple of games in mind. I'll probably maybe do one a week depending on the feedback. But yeah, I would really appreciate the feedback, good or bad. It's always going to make the show better. Or if you have any ideas of segments for the show that you would like to see that maybe other gaming shows don't have, I'll definitely consider a lot of different stuff. Again, I appreciate everyone watching. My name is Harrison Putnam, and I will see you guys on the next episode of The Gamer Show. Toodles? Adios? Bye? Later.